Out on a western prairie, while riding after stock, a cowboy met a shepherd that was tending to his flock. Now the herder asked the cowboy if he'd like to stay and join him in a little drink and put some grub away. "Sounds mighty good," the cowboy said. "And after our belly's full of stew, we'll bury the old tommyhawk and we'll have a drink or two." So the herder cooked up quite a feed. Each one ate his share. Then they got the jug out and they started in from there. "Ah, your liquor's good," the cowboy said. "It surely hits the spot." "Well, help yourself," the herder said, "and we'll have another shot." So back and forth they passed the jug until they went to sleep. This puncher of the cattle and this herder of the sheep. The cowboy slept beneath the sage and he was pretty tight. He rolled and he tumbled all about and snored with all his might. His arm fell o'er a tarantula's hole. This made the spider mad. So it jabbed its fangs into his arm and gave it all it had. The cowboy waked and sobered up. His arm was swelled and black. So he awakened the herder and they started for the shack. "That's pretty bad," the herder said. "Looks like your judgment day. And if I was in your boots, cowboy, I'd start right in to pray." "Well, I'd like to pray," the cowboy said, "but I don't know just how. But I'm going to do the best I can, and I'm fixing to start her right now." So he braced himself upon his knee and, lifting up his head, cast his eyes toward heaven. This is what the cowboy said. "Oh God, if you see this poor cowboy, come down and lend him a hand. Now don't send a boy for this job, 'cause boys sometimes don't understand. Now I'm not one of them sinners that's been calling on you right along. Why, I wouldn't be taking your time up unless there was something real wrong. Now I'm a darn good bronc buster and I'm a roping son of a gun. It's many an outlaw I've ridden and it's many a dollar I've won. I've always been good to my horses, always tried to be worth my keep. I ain't never shirked on a roundup. Why, until today, Lord, I never even ate sheep. I ain't never rustled no cattle. Ain't never took up with no squaw. Ain't never fought unless I had to. And then I never went first for the draw. But you know better than I do, I guess, but it don't seem hardly right for me to be cashing my chips in from a kettle-bellied spider's bite. Why, he slipped up while I was sleeping and bit me while I was drunk. Now, I don't mean to be belly-aching, but that was the trick of a skunk. Now, if I'd been hurt riding a bronc or roping a steer, don't you see, I wouldn't be here beefing. I'd figure it was coming to me. Now, I've lived my life as I've seen it. All I ask is what's fair. And if you've been keeping the cases, you know I've been on the square. I ain't much on sky pilots, 'cause there ain't no place on them to lean. Well, they ain't much better than I am. I guess you know what I mean. But I'm taking a lot of your time up, I guess, as I don't know just how to pray. But I'll sure never ask any more favors if you'll just find the time to help me today. And you know, that cowboy's God must have hurt him, 'cause out there on the plains that day, he healed that suffering rider and sent him along his way.